So today's Christmas Day for me. I know you'll get this video a day after, 2 days after, whatever it is. And so I thought I'd just make a low effort video just to make a video, because I know folks like to watch videos of mine, and if I miss a video, people panic, and I appreciate that. So I told you about this engine yesterday, and I was having some more problems with it, and I'll put an up next box at the end of this video to that video. I would appreciate it if you all would click on those videos at the end of the video. I've asked people to do that before, and I got a lot of flack and heat for it. And, stop begging. Well, I wasn't really begging, but it does help. It's probably there's two things that help promote a video. If somebody will watch that end card at the end of the video, even if you don't want to watch it, you just want to set the phone down and go do something else while that one plays, I'd appreciate it. The other thing it helps is if you can share it to other social media sites. Those two things are the biggest things. I know a lot of people say comments and thumbs up and all that. Not really. There's actually three things that promote the video the most. I mean, those things that all do help a little, but not near as much. And the subscription, if somebody subscribes during. Now, people also think that it'll hurt the video if they unsubscribe, but it doesn't hurt to unsubscribe. It just hurts to subscribe, or it just helps when you subscribe. So subscriptions, sharing to other social media, and then clicking that inbox, which, you know, Oscar, he clicks that inbox every time and comments twice, and I sure do appreciate that. I really do appreciate it. I know I never say it enough, but I do appreciate it. So anyway, way off course, sorry about that. So yesterday I was telling you that I had to replace that seal for a third time, the shaft seal. And I finally got to stay with an aftermarket shaft seal. I actually went ahead and started it after that video. It's hard to start because you got to do an IV gas tank and have it drip down, and you got to hold it. And if I could bolt it down, it would be better. But the only place I can think about bolting it down is here on the deck. And of course, I'd have to, I don't know, drill a hole or something so I can get the shaft to go through it. I might do that, just, you know, a small hole, like right in between the cracks, so the shaft will go down in it. And then I can just bolt it down. But I did get it started and get it to rotate, and it didn't leak. So that was a good thing. So it's foggy and rainy today, but you know, the temperature hasn't been terrible this year. I mean, it's gotten cold a couple times and warms back up, but it's not been terrible. The weather YouTube channels are saying next month is going to be terrible, but that's what they said about this month too. So the scrap guy, he had to cancel when he, you know, he said he was going to be here, I guess Monday. This is, I guess, Wednesday. I don't know what day it is. It's Christmas Day. So, you know, I had all this loaded up. I'm ready for him to come get it. Yeah, and he had to cancel. So he said he'll try to be here tomorrow. If not, Friday. If not, you know, who knows when. But I like, you know, that's the thing is, yeah, in a video, I guess 2 days ago, I was talking about friendships and people, and this is just a kind of an example. I mean, you know, I have nothing against the guy. You know, I'm sure something came up. But you try to help a guy out. I say, hey, you know, I got this stuff. Come get it. Okay, I'll be there. And then you actually load it up for him. So all you got to do is just all I'm going to do is back this wagon cart with the lawnmower into his trailer, hit the dump, it all falls out, and he can drive away. Of course, I got another load down here. So we're talking 15 minutes at most that he's going to be here. But he didn't show up, so it's just an inconvenience for me. I don't know, maybe I'm too nice and I try to help people out more than I should. Maybe I should have done what everybody else did and say, okay, you figure it out. I don't know, I've gotten pretty cynical about people. And I know people hate that about me, which is fine, you can. I saw a Facebook post, and you know, it was a meme more than anything. And I would share the picture that I saw, but I don't know if it's copywritten. So, but what it was is there was two little fawn laying in a yard next to a house, and then behind the fawn was a dog sitting. The caption read, My dog won't let anybody near these fawn all day until the fawn's mother came back. And I'm like, wait a minute, that's not right. I mean, it could happen. I'm not saying it couldn't happen. It might happen. You know, dogs are pretty interesting. Cats are interesting. The animal kingdom is interesting. But it didn't happen here. The first question I asked is, well, who took the picture? I mean, whoever's taking the picture was standing right next to the fawn. How did they take a picture of the fawn if the dog won't let anybody near it? So the dog is over there, the fawn is here, the cameraman is here. Why didn't the dog, get in between the fawn and the cameraman? So it couldn't have been a true statement, or at least totally true. And the other thing is the dog staring up, while it's sitting. It's a trained dog. Somebody was off camera holding the treat saying, sit, sit, sit. So I don't understand why folks tell stories that are so provably wrong. It's a lie. I get this in the comment section all the time. And the first thing is the indication that people are lying. The first thing is they give you their resume. I've been working on lawnmowers for 30 years. Okay, no you haven't. You may have worked on a lawnmower 30 years ago, but you haven't been working on lawnmowers 30 years. Some guy came over with his lawnmower, push mower, said, I can't get it to run, don't know what's wrong with it. I've been working on lawnmowers my entire life. I'm just like you. So I thought I'd bring it over and see if you could figure it out any better than I can. I'm not giving up hope, but I don't think there's much hope of getting this thing to run. I'm like, okay, well, and I'm kind of thinking, well, if he really doesn't know what it is, it must be compression, because that's kind of like the mystery one. Nobody's ever got a compression tester. So while he is standing next to his car, I grab the starter fluid. I take the air filter off, I spray it in there, I crank it up, starts right up. He says, well, I tried that too. It didn't work for me. So you tried starting fluid? WD-40? Yeah. Well, the WD-40 doesn't work. It's not flammable. I mean, not flammable enough if it is flammable. It just won't work. It's never worked. And I know somebody in the comment section, I've been doing this for 30 years. It works just fine. Okay, good for you. It doesn't work. You use starting fluid or carburetor cleaner, the real flammable stuff, the good stuff. No, he hasn't been doing it for 30 years, or he would have known that WD-40 didn't work. Or for 30 years, he's been thinking there's been a real problem with his lawnmowers. So it was a carburetor issue. I mean, it was a minor issue. The thing is when I got it down here, the governor was wired up with a piece of wire and coat hangers, and he wasn't fixing anything. He was just temporarily patching things. So it's not that I'm trying to brag or anything. That's not the point. I just don't understand why people insist on lying and making themselves out to for no reason. Why did anybody post that picture? There was no reason for it. So I read the comments, and there was 1,000 comments. Of course, you can't read them all, but you try. And I don't see anybody that has observed what I instantly noticed. Everybody's commenting about how great dogs are, and yeah, deers do that. They'll lay their fawns in your yard because coyotes and stuff, they won't come onto people's yards. Well, that's not true. I see them here all the time, coyotes and bobcats, and fox. They'll come onto your yard if there's food. When we had the chickens, I mean, we had every wildlife you can think of during the day, including dogs. So it just doesn't make any sense to me. So then I asked the question, okay, so why does people have to lie? But then why are people so gullible to believe the lie when it's so obvious that it's wrong? I mean, if I let a comment go where I know that they're not telling the truth, people just dig right in and they're like, yeah, that's right, you're right, yeah. I don't understand it. And this is what causes me so much frustration. People don't understand a lot about me. That, you know, why do you live off grid, and why don't you want to hang around with people? There was 2 times I was burned pretty hard in my life. I was burned pretty hard. One of them I'm not going to talk about, because that was pretty personal. That was pretty devastating. And when I say burned pretty hard, I mean catastrophically burned. But the second one, I just didn't understand. It was my boss. I just didn't get it. But he set me up to get in trouble multiple times. And told lies that I couldn't prove one way or another. Of course, there wasn't any proving it, because he was the boss. What had happened, I think, at least it's my opinion, was his boss got mad at him. So the manager of the organization got mad at my boss, which was the plant manager. There was 2 plants, so you had the manager of the 2 plants. You had plant managers for each plant. And then I was the production manager. His boss got mad and said, I'm going to replace you with me, Rob. I don't know if he was serious. I don't think he was. I think he was just mad and wanted to know that he is replaceable. So from that point on, I did notice, though, at that point, that my boss became, we were kind of friends. I know you're not supposed to be friends with your boss, or your boss isn't supposed to be friends with his employees, but I would have went over to his house and hung out with him. It wasn't beyond the realm of possibilities. And he absolutely went after me. Told all kinds of lies. Got me in trouble. He sent me emails that were just atrocious. And no, my only recourse, I mean, I got rode up over things that I absolutely didn't do. I actually lost $300 a month as a discipline penalty for one of my write-ups, and for things I didn't do wrong. He told me I could do something one time. I mean, I specifically went and asked him, can I do this? He said yes. He signed it. I went and did it, and then I got in trouble for doing it. I showed the evidence, and he denied it. He said that's a forge. He denied it. So my only recourse is to start leveraging human resources. And every time he would do something, I would start sending it to the human resource. I was documenting everything. I mean, if he opened his mouth. So we went from friendship to, he absolutely stabbed me in the back. Which, in all honesty, wasn't as severe as the other one that I don't want to tell you about. And I just feel like that maybe those 2 instances of that behavior in my life has opened up my eyes to people who manipulate and lie. And everybody does it. I don't think I've ever met anybody except for Carolyn. I will admit, Carolyn has never lied that I've ever caught her in. And you know, I was talking the other day about friendship, and I don't have friends. I would consider Carolyn my friend, my best friend. I can rely on her for anything. And there's no expectations from either one of us. We do our own chores, but that's about it. I don't even think that's an expectation. If she didn't cook one day, I would just go down and cook. But I was talking about friendships, and, you know, of course, people disagree with me. You got to have friends. Well, I don't have to have friends. Because I can't see... I see too many evil things from people that I just can't overlook. I don't understand the narcissism. I don't understand trying to outdo people. I don't understand why everybody is an expert in every subject when clearly they're not. I don't understand why people's got to have such an ego they can't put it away. There's things I don't know how to do or don't want to learn how to do, and I just have no problems admitting it. I just don't need a desire. Say, oh yeah, I'm a better cook than Carolyn any day of the week. Put me on the barbecue. Nope, Carolyn does the barbecuing too. I don't have that desire. And since I don't have it, I don't see why other people have to have it and why they have to try so hard to prove to you that they're better than you. I mean, how does it make any sense that you're going to bring a lawnmower to someone and say, I'm better at you at doing this, so don't have a lot of hope for it. Well, just take your stuff back. You fix it. I don't understand it. So if you'll click this up next box and take the video where I was working on that engine. And again, I really would appreciate it if you could click it and watch that. I'd appreciate it. So I hope I can inspire you to be cautious so you can live your dreams. Thanks for watching.